What's going on, guys? It's Greg here. I'm just tanning in the sun. I've been kind of inside working all day for the past little while, getting this KinoBody Chef course out, but now I'm getting some sun and it's beautiful. And the sun is awesome because it helps promote vitamin D production, which, you know, helps bring up testosterone, health, and performance. So getting out in the sun is fantastic. But that's not why I'm doing this video. I want to talk about the best macronutrient ratios or best macronutrient intakes to promote a lean, chiseled, and high-functioning, high-performing physique. Now, funny enough, in the fitness industry and the nutrition industry, we kind of have this common theme. And the common theme is we want to hate on something. We want to hate on fat, we want to hate on carbs, because we want something to blame for why we're not chiseled, why we're not lean. And so it's very easy for some diet author or some fitness guru to say, hey, you know what? The reason you're not fit is because you've just been eating fat, and dietary fat is what makes you fat. Or hey, the reason that you're fat today is because of the carbs. The carbs are what cause fat storage, so we need to cut down the carbs. And the reality is it's just not true. It's actually very simple. Fat loss is a matter of the calorie deficit. If you're in a calorie deficit, if you're taking in less calories than your body burns, well, then you're gonna lose fat no matter how much fat or carbs you take in. And you guys are probably sick of me saying this, but it just needs to be said right here. So now I wanna talk about what I consider to be the best macro split, considering, like, assuming that you're, have your calories set properly. Assuming if you're trying to get lean, the calories are lower than maintenance, or if you're trying to build up, they're above. And so we have this common theme where people just want to hate on fats and carbs. And my strategy is actually quite different. So interestingly enough, I'm around the leanest that I've been. I just had a big refeed day yesterday, but I'm around 7 to 7.5% body fat at 172, 73 pounds. So I'm as lean as I've ever been. And one of the downsides of being lean, of being under like 10%, 8% body fat, is the drop in testosterone. So if you talk to a lot of bodybuilders and fitness models, and people that diet to low levels of body fat, they have issues with their hormones. Their testosterone levels go down. And funny enough, my testosterone levels and my sex drive have never been higher. I don't take any supplements. I use no supplements. I spend $0 in supplements. And I feel incredible. My strength has been so good in the gym. My strength is through the roof, benching 315 for 4, doing 3 one-arm pull-ups now, unassisted one-arm pull-ups, and doing like box jumps up to here. And so it's pretty damn crazy. So I think, just to speculate why my testosterone has been so high, is because I've kind of dug into the research to look at like what is the best macronutrient ratio, as well as using my own personal experience. And of course, if you're trying to get really lean, you're not going to drop 2% body fat a week. So you got to kind of take it a bit slower and more calculated and listen to your body. That's one of the keys. If you want to get to like 7% body fat and stay there long term, you got to listen to your body. Like my most important message is enjoy the process. When you can enjoy the process, the goal is done. You're done. Even if you have 50 pounds to lose, if you're enjoying the process, it's over. You're going there. So learning to enjoy the process is key. And so when you're trying to maintain a low body fat, you got to become more. You got to go with, it's more of like an art. You got to kind of see how you feel that day and kind of take that into account. But so what I consider to be the best macro splits, and the research is clear on this, is more of a balance. Because what happens when you go too low in fat? When you go too low in fat, you're going to be in a constant state of hunger, because fat helps stimulate hunger blunting peptides like PPY. So fat is important for fullness. It takes a long time to digest. So if you go low in fat, your hormones are going to decline. You're going to be really hungry, and it's going to be miserable, because also fat is very imperative for testosterone functioning. It's clear, the research is clear, that low-fat diets suppress testosterone. So that's why fat is really important. So you got to get enough fat. Now, that doesn't mean you can go low in carbs, because carbs are actually equally important. Carbs help fuel training. When you're lifting weights, it's an anaerobic activity, and so you're going to deplete some glycogen. So you need to have enough carbs to promote optimal training. As well, carbs put you into an anabolic state. When you eat a lot of carbs, it tops off your glycogen stores. It helps bring up insulin, and people are scared of insulin. Oh my God, insulin is high. I'm gonna store fat. It's crazy. If you're in a caloric deficit, you're gonna drop fat. But the insulin, when you boost up insulin periodically in the day, that's actually going to help you retain muscle. It's going to help you with muscle growth. and actually carbs actually help promote muscle gene expression very well because of their contribution to muscle glycogen and because of their contribution to like insulin and so forth. So carbs are really important. They also help stimulate serotonin in the brain, neurotransmitters that help keep you relaxed and just tired and sleepy, which is important because that's why I eat a lot of my carbs at night, because it kind of chills you out. I don't eat many carbs during the day. I eat a lot of them at night with the intermittent fasting. So it's like the way to go. So now we got to talk a bit about, so carbs are really important. Fat's really important. And protein is actually important, but you don't need that much, okay? The research shows that it's about 0.82 grams per pound of body weight. So for me, I'm 170, 175. That's about 140 grams of protein a day. 140, that's not that much. That's not that much. That's like, you know, maybe, you know, 3 chicken breasts. You know, so it's not that much. Maybe 3 and like a little bit extra. And so what the common theme as well in the fitness industry is to promote the idea of eating tons of protein, you know, a gram per pound of body weight, 0.5 grams per pound of body weight, 2 grams per pound of body weight. And I think that protein can be useful because it's filling. If you eat chicken and stuff like that, it's going to keep you full. It's going to help blunt hunger. But the problem is if you're eating more protein at the expense of fats and carbs, your hormones are going to take a hit. If you're not getting enough carbs, your testosterone will go down, your training performance will drop, you won't sleep well, and it'll just have and you'll feel like you won't feel happy because the serotonin will be down. If you go too low in fat, same thing. So if you're eating more protein at the expense of fats and carbs, it's going to kill you. I used to have horrible testosterone issues when I was dieting to low levels of body fat, eating a lower caloric intake, because I was trying to eat 200 plus grams of protein. Now when I do 140 and add in the fats and carbs, I am like, it's insane. I feel so good. And that's why a lot of bodybuilders and fitness models, they couldn't diet without steroids. They couldn't diet without drugs. It just wouldn't go down. You know, they get the hormone levels checked and they have the hormone levels of, you know, a 60-year-old. And it's a common thing. I've talked to fitness models. I know fitness models who have, when they're not on stuff, when they're not on gear, their T levels are horrible, just awful. It's because they're eating 300 grams of protein a day and 100 grams of carbs and like 40 grams of fat. No kidding. If I did that, I'd freaking die. Let me turn this music down. So the reality is you don't need that much protein. But the hack that I do is, because if you do intermittent fasting, you only eat like 2 or 3 meals a day, like 1 or 2 big meals, 1 small meal. So even though you're eating, you know, 0.82 grams per pound, which isn't that high, you'll still be able to eat big filling servings of protein because you're only eating a couple times a day. So what I do is I hit all my protein. I've hit nearly all my protein in 1 meal. In 1 meal, I'll smash 120 grams, and then the rest of the food I eat is mostly fats and carbs and maybe a little bit of tag-along proteins, you know, from cheese, or like if I have cheese quesadillas or something. So that's my strategy. I'll just smash 1 huge meal and then focus on hitting carbs and fats and maybe a bit of extra protein for the rest of the day. So the best macro split is really getting sufficient protein, not going that much higher, you know, maybe 1 gram per pound of goal body weight at the high ends, or, you know, 0.82 grams per pound of goal body weight, right around there. That will leave plenty of room for fats and carbs. I'd set fat around 30% of calories, and then I'd get the rest from carbohydrates. So you're looking literally at about 30% fat, 25-30% protein, and about, you know, 45% carbs. Like, that's what's going to help promote a lean, chiseled physique as long as your calories are set, because it's way better than going low in fat or low in carbs or eating excess of protein. And what's more, carbohydrates are protein sparing. So if you don't get enough carbohydrates, your body's going to start to pull from protein. But if you have enough carbohydrates, it's going to spare protein. So anyways, guys, those are the macronutrient ratios that I find are most effective. And big news, ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-da. No, I did that wrong. Dun-da-da-da, dun-dun-dun-da-da. I was trying to do the Zoolander thing. Mugatu wants you for his new campaign. So big news, Kino Chef, I just launched it. It's awesome. You guys can check it out right there, and it's based on those macronutrient ratios we just talked about. When you start eating these recipes and hitting that balance of protein, fats, and carbs with filling, satisfying foods that keep you full, because you can eat lots of fat and carbs, but if you don't eat it from foods that keep you full, it's going to make dieting really, really tough. But when you do this properly, you're going to feel so good. You're going to be able to get to a lower body fat with much more ease, and you're going to feel incredible. Your sleep will improve. your sex drive will feel godlike, and training will go up, and you just lean down really nicely while promoting good gains in the gym. So if you guys want to check out Kino Chef, it's right there. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you have not already, subscribe. Definitely hit the like button. You know, it helps me out, helps me grow this channel. And that's all I wanted to talk about. And I've actually been listening to this new song, which is pretty good. It's called 50 Cent, 21 Questions, SNVR remix. So yeah, I'm just super pumped for this book. It's really gonna change the game. It's based on intermittent fasting and flexible dieting, and really those proper macronutrient ratios, and keeping you full and satisfied on a diet. I show you how to set up, use the meal plan for aggressive fat loss, and the calories to start with, moderate fat loss, and lean bulking. So you can use it depending on whether you want to build muscle or lean down. And I'll show you how to structure it with your lifestyle, how to set up, you know, the big meals with the small meals, and even some really cool diet strategies that I've used to make eating less calories feel like you're eating more. That's in the book too. So if you have the ability to cook, and your goal is to really optimize your physique, and you want to eat filling, tasty meals that best support gains in the gym and your hormonal balance, then go to Kino Chef. And if you want to get the extra bonus, then get outside and tan, man. It's good for you. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't back cause I flip burgers and Burger King, would you be ashamed to take friends just feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a number, would you write back? Then we can have a little trip, you know, a nightcap, and we can go do what you like. I know you like that.